At Wadley State Park in North Sutton, New Hampshire, you can find beautiful Kezar Lake. Home to many, the site of a state beach and a 3-mile loop around the lake, the frequently walked trail takes only 1 hour and exemplifies why residents adore Kezar. But this scene was not always so beautiful. We are the Environmental Science Community-Based Research Project class at Colby-Sawyer College in New London, New Hampshire, a neighboring town to North Sutton. We have spent the last academic year working with advocates for Kezar Lake's health for several months to assess and report on how things are going from a water chemistry standpoint. In the 60s, Kezar Lake suffered from algal blooms, massive fish kills, and a lake-wide depreciation in real estate values. 3 massive scientific experiments and many years later, Kezar Lake's water is once again clear and healthy for recreation. Tasked with maintaining lake health, the Kezar Lake Protective Association has teamed up with several groups like the New Hampshire Volunteer Lake Assessment Program, as well as our own, and reported on the changes to Kezar Lake as they occur. The KLPA still operates with the same intention of protecting the lake.
The Kezar Lake Protective Association has tasked the community-based project class with examining the Elodea in the lake. They feel it is a nuisance species to the residents that live there. It is said that Elodea is a native species to the region. The rapid growth and spread in recent years can make the lake seem unappealing to the eye. With recreational use of the lake, it has become a big concern for those who want to enjoy the lake's activities and all that it has to offer. From boating to kayaking, canoeing, as well as swimming, an increased concern has become apparent. The view of Elodea may not be the best aesthetically pleasing in comparison to buying of a waterfront property. Properties are in demand because of the benefits it provides to its owners, such as water recreation possibilities, an aesthetic setting for the home, tranquility, and privilege to own a valuable property. While there are no specific way of reducing the amounts of Elodea in the water body, we can make recommendations on how the KLPA can deal with or reduce the Elodea species.
Elodea is a group of aquatic water weed species found in lakes and ponds across New England, as well as in the state of New Hampshire. 2 species in particular, Elodea canadensis and Elodea natali, are the species most commonly found in our local lake system, including in Kezar Lake. Both species of Elodea are classified as submergent vegetation, indicating that the plants grow within the sediment found at the bottom of a lake or a pond, and that all of the plant's parts, including its roots, leaves, and stems, are submerged entirely underwater. Both species can grow upwards of 5 feet in length. However, this is dependent on the location in which the plants grow, as well as the water depth. Elodea is easily identifiable due to it often growing in large clusters, seen just below the water surface. The 2 species of Elodea native to the state of New Hampshire look similar in appearance at first glance. However, it is easy to identify which is which. Take a small sample of Elodea between your fingertips and observe the shape and size of the leaves. Elodea canadensis tends to grow more broad leaves with rounded tips, while Elodea natali will grow thin leaves with sharp tips. Though Elodea can become a nuisance when it grows in large, dense quantities, both species provide vital ecosystem services to plants, fish, birds, other wildlife, and even humans. Elodea tends to grow in dense clusters along the bottom of a lake or pond, creating ideal habitat for fish nurseries. Elodea clusters also act as a food source for many birds within the surrounding lake system, such as swans, ducks, geese, and occasionally loons. Both Elodea canadensis and Elodea natali are photosynthetic plants, meaning that these species produce their own food by converting energy from the sun into a usable chemical energy for the plant. As a byproduct, oxygen is produced from this reaction, where it ends up in the water column, supplying oxygen for fish, bacteria, and other invertebrates. As for implications for human health, Elodea has been quite beneficial due to its ability to uptake nutrients. Studies have shown that these species of Elodea can sequester nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen, as well as heavy metals such as cadmium, lead, mercury, arsenic, and much more. This is a valuable ecosystem functions, as many of these nutrients are harmful to the health of humans and local biota, even in low quantities.
With this information and the KLPA's interests in mind, we recommend continuing to monitor lake health for now and against direct intervention with the population of Elodea in the lake. Elodea appears to be a valuable plant to Kezar Lake's ecosystem for several reasons. An increase in the population could be an indicator of larger concerns, and having an indicator species for issues upstream is an asset to the KLPA. It doesn't hurt that this particular plant also sequesters heavy metals and provides food for the local biota. One species acting in several ways to support the whole system health is great, and damaging or removing Elodea will certainly have larger negative effects than intended. While we understand the primary attraction to Kezar Lake is its recreational value, we do not believe that Elodea is taking away from the quality of the lake in any way. In fact, we believe its presence will be helpful in maintaining Kezar's long-term health. In conclusion, we would like to take a moment to thank limnologist Amy Smagula of the New Hampshire Department of the Environmental Services for educating us on Elodea, our professors Harvey Pine and Nick Baer for setting us up with Engaging Community Project, our lab analyst Terrico McConnell for helping us see what's happening in the lake on a chemical level, and the KLPA for working with us over the last several months to create this video and the larger community-based research project report.